Hello all and welcome back to High Ridge Farm with me, the Walrus. It's the third week of the winter season in my now perfection achieved run, and a few little things I've still got to plan and I'd like to do and achieve before the end of the year. And a good chunk of that is going to be making a little bit more money, with which I can then spend on some of the potential new updates and upgrades that we're going to have going forward. I've got a couple of tasks in mind throughout the next week or so, and some of that does involve upgrading my dagger that I have from my iridium needle, I believe. That's for the Galaxy Stabber or something. I don't actually know what its actual name is. I probably should check that. Yes, I've got that dagger that I want to upgrade and update and make sure it works the way I want it to, as in I'm going to make sure that it is the bug-slaying monstrosity that it should be, which is exactly what I need it to do. But for now, I'm going to harvest all of this croppy goodness that I have scattered around the farm. It's not a huge amount. I mean, it's not like I can grow a silly amount of stuff here during the winter season as it is. Got lots of wild seeds that need to be replanted and redistributed. That's just going to be how this kind of rolls a little bit. Now, once I've sown all this, it looks like I better hoe up a bit more land, and probably I'm going to need to plant down a slap more of the speed grow, which isn't a big problem really in the end of the day. It's not super difficult. So, as well as that, I kind of want to try and increase my quantity of other resources, so I'm going to try and get some more stone. And also this week, I'm going to go and build the Slime Hutch, because that's something I haven't ever built before. I know I've mentioned it previously, and I think that would be kind of interesting to actually try, as I've not actually done that before, and yeah, that'll be kind of cool, more than anything. It'll be an interesting sort of thing for me to look at. Because who knows what kind of useful things that we can actually organise and generate as part of my madness that we've kind of got to do with this one. So yeah, we've got lots of interesting sort of things that I need to sort of work on a little bit and kind of figure that out. So, I'm going to slap this down here. Now, of course, I don't really know what kind of things that I can do with the Slime Hutch, other than deal with slimes. I think they drink water. I don't know whether that's something that you kind of need to manipulate, almost. So yeah, I'm going to have a look at that a little bit further and kind of see what I need to do. Because there is a little bit of work that needs to be done for this. Which, again, is not a terrible thing. It's just something I have to do. Really. So, yeah, we're going to have a good old go at that one. And see what works well. So, yeah. Could be interesting. Right, there we go. So that's all nice and watered now. Let's just check inside here for the mushrooms. Of course, one of the other things I'm going to be doing over the next few days in-game are... is going to be going over the crops that are being turned into jams, preserves, wine, you know, that sort of stuff, and just generally kind of figuring out what is a good idea at the moment. I think that sounds very daft potentially, but I've got a few like ideas of things that I kind of need to do and organize, and I don't think that's a terrible thing to sort of look at, but I do need to kind of organize and orchestrate what other stuff can I reasonably wrangle at the moment. So we're going to give that a good go. Okay, so for the time being, we're going to, again, sort out what we've got going on here. Now, we've got a lot of gold that needs to be smelted. That's fine, because I need more gold, and I'm going to need more iron and refined quartz to make more solar panels, because I do want to cover a good chunk of the atmosphere, not the atmosphere, sorry, the atmosphere, the desert itself with, why did I even say the word atmosphere? That's a weird word for me to think of that. Nothing even related slightly. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to be covering a good chunk of the desert with solar panels to allow me to have constant battery production, which is, again, kind of sensible, normal, blah, blah, blah. Now, one of the things I'm kind of wondering is actually how useful hoppers are. Because for me, the idea of a hopper dispensing whatever it does into something like, for example, a keg to make something requires you to view your space in a different manner. So, as far as I see it, when it comes to a hopper, it can load in automatically, for example, let's say starfruit into a keg to make into wine. So every 7 days a new wine is made. I still have to go and collect that wine, however. Now, once I collect the wine, then the starfruit is automatically fed in, and that's great. But for the same space investment, I could have 2 kegs and generate twice as much wine. So I don't entirely see much reason or purpose for having them. I mean, has anyone used them in a particularly efficient and effective manner? Because I can't figure it out for the life of me as something that would be more useful. Because unlike, for example, with Minecraft, which also has a hopper system, the space is much more of a premium in Stardew, and a little bit more important going forward. Like in here, I'd have to replace every other row with a hopper, which it doesn't seem to make sense unless the hopper was able to feed into multiple, like if it was able to do everything in a row. I mean, that would be more useful, but I don't think it does. I just can't see a genuine use for them, which I know does sound a little bit silly, but genuinely I cannot for the life of me figure one out for it. So again, if you know and have like genuinely an idea, please tell me, because I can't figure it out. Might just be because I'm an idiot, but I just cannot for the life of me work one out. But anyway, we've got a couple of other things that we need to organise here in the farm today. So we've got all of these fresh miscellaneous crops from the autumn, which I'm going to just slap them in the fridge because all 3, well, I think I can use the common mushroom for something cooking-wise, but the others are all going to be kind of, I can use them for foodie things like plum pudding, roasted hazelnuts, blah, blah, blah. So that'll be good at least to have something to use them for, which is nice. Otherwise, that's kind of what we're going to go for there, I guess. Yeah. What else we can do with them? Don't know. I mean, we'd have to see on that one, wouldn't we? But yes, that's what we're after. Okay, so let's kind of work this one out for ourselves here. Okay. Well, we haven't got much else there, have we? Well, we'll water all of this. That's fine. That's easy enough to do, isn't it? Thankfully, that's one big advantage is I can easily water all of this mess. I mean, it's annoying, but it's not the end of the world, is it? So yeah, I'll live. It's not like I'm struggling super hard with dealing with that. Okay, and yeah, let's see if there's anything else that we kind of want to do here. I mean, I can't think of anything else that would be particularly beneficial, really. I guess that's kind of the quandary I have there. Well, let's load this one up with pineapple, make some pineapple wine rather than the preserving of pumpkins into pumpkin juice, you know, that thoroughly exciting thing that is. I'm sure there's loads of fun stuff that I can do with that. Don't know for certain though. So yes, we'll get that done. Now, anything else that we need to or want to do today? That is the question at hand. Honestly, I don't think there's a huge amount that would work as, you know, stuff to kind of organise. But, you know, there is going to be some general shenaniganry that needs to be organised. Otherwise today we've got some prismatic shards. I know I'm going to need prismatic shards, which are going to be phenomenally handy later on, because I'm going to need them for manipulating the properties of the dagger. It's going to be kind of handy there. Okay, living off the land, what can you tell us today? Geodes, blah, blah, blah. They are a thing. I mean, again, I know. One would hope that I know that by now. At this stage in the game, that would be one of those, what you doing? How do you not know about that? Sort of moments. But again, you never know. People are at different stages of the game at different points, so it's definitely a possibility that one might not indeed know about them and how they work and stuff. Perfectly legitimate. Even if I think it's a bit odd myself. So right, let's organise these. So we've got a few other things to kind of sort out here. Most of which is just the thoroughly exciting bit there of, well, restocking the vessels per se. And is there anything else that we can do whilst we are here? I guess that is the big question. Is there anything else that we need to organise or try and do? I don't think so, really. I mean, honestly, there's not a silly amount of stuff that we need to do whilst we're trying to organise what we've got. Okay, so let's sort this bit out here. That's fine. Jump on the horse. We'll go zooming off with this thing, because that is indeed what we are going to do. And yeah, you'd like an earth crystal, would you, Pierre? I mean, that's an easy thing to facilitate. I shouldn't imagine that'll be super difficult to do. Honestly, it shouldn't be particularly complex. I don't think. I mean, again, I could be wrong. We'll see. I mean, Pierre and his weird requests. Bless him. His oddities that he asks for, and occasionally we get some niceties from him. It's usually not so much. He's usually a bit of an arse. Which is a shame, really, because it's interesting how much of a hole he can be and how people don't like him. I think I'm kind of in that same part. I don't like him very much as a character. Okay, so I'm going to quickly fish while I'm here, because I saw this fishing deposit. Well, the bubbling water, you know what I mean. The I say you know what I mean. The fishing deposit, because that's a thing, right? Yeah, so I want to try and catch a couple of things. I mean, this one's quite an active fish. I wonder what it is. Is it a squid? I mean, I hope so. Squid could be useful. Oh, an albacore. Fair enough. And we've got a chest as well, so some wild bait. Even after all that struggling, because I've got the curiosity lure, or the quality one on at the moment, the quality is significantly, I mean, iridium quality fish for that much faff. Fair enough. A red mullet. Don't think I've ever seen a redhead with a mullet, so that's, I know, that was bad. Painfully aware of that. Well, let's see what this one is. It's a perfect catch. Oh, normal sea cucumbers. Now, I said previously in another video that I actually really wanted to get a bunch of those because I want to make lucky lunches. So, I'm going to fish this spot until it's done, because hopefully I can get some more sea cucumbers, because that'd be really helpful. Oh, and some squid, because again, squid are good. Calamari rings. Again, not a bad thing. That's quite cool. I'm very pleased with that. Wasn't expecting to find either of those things, so I'm very pleased about that. What else can we find while we're pootling around as we do? That's the question, isn't it? Hopefully something good. Come on. What are we going to get? Well, we got what we could, and we're going to grab the free coffee, because free coffee, yes please. Because at no point would I ever not want a free coffee. I'm going to grab a couple of the seasonal plants, because I don't think I've ever had them. It'd be kind of nice just to see what they look like, and kind of go from there, I guess. And maybe it's something cool. Who knows? I mean, it'd be nice. We'll see, we'll see. Again, it's just something a bit different. I mean, nothing super exciting, but hey, it's cool and all. Maybe we'll get something really exciting. I doubt it, but hey, a man can dream that we get something vaguely exciting as part of this general shenanigan mess that is my adventure in Stardew Valley. Okay, so you got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. I mean, is that just because you've seen Harvey? Is that why you're thinking about it, or is it just generally, Clint, or is it just because you're odd? Who knows? Probably because you're a bit odd. So I do find him one of those like weirdly awkward characters, and not even in a good way, because he just comes across as creepy. Like wanting to go and see the mermaids, but being concerned he'd be viewed as a bit creepy. It's almost like he's got nice guy energy, but he also is aware that he could come across really creepy, so he hyper tries to not be nice guy energy, but it still ends up being it. It's very odd. You know what, I'm going to make sure that I can roast my children with that fireplace there. Hopefully they'll be nice and toasty. You know, you need central heating other than, like, a fireplace. That's exactly what we're going to have here. Okay, anyway, so we've slapped that down. I'm going to grab... Ooh, we've got some more diamonds ready, which is lovely. That's exactly what we want. Right, well, I'm going to eat some more spicy eel because I'm after the speed boost right now. I mean, I know it's only 8:30, but it's probably a good idea just to... Well, I say only. It's 8:30, which means that it does sort of hamper my... zooming around like a madman. Oh man, how cool. I wonder what a sea urchin would look like with a Mr. Keyfruit face mask. Oh, I think they can wear them, because they can wear hats. Obviously I've got a cap fedora on one of my sea urchins. I'm going to have to try that. When I get the opportunity to get more key fruit, I'm going to give that a go. I think that'll be very funny. Very silly, but also very funny. Which is exactly what I'm after, is being very silly. And what I might decide is funny. Because, you know, that's how I roll. I'm very silly and very daft. And I know it. I don't care. Because I think that's really the easy way I can put it is, I know I'm a bit of a twit. And I find it funny. So there. That's what matters to me. Ha ha ha. Righty, so let's put that in there for now, because I'm going to need these prismatic shards, obviously just for manipulation of the dagger. The star shards is the issue right now, isn't it? So I'm going to put the dagger in there as well, just so it's there and it's available. Now, what other stuff can I sort out today? I'm going to go and plant a bunch more of these coffee seeds, because now the thing is, like, this shed, I think the first 2 rows in here will be coffee and tea. And I think that's reasonable, because then I'll have the first 2 rows as coffee and tea, and then the other ones could be whatever other seasonable gubbins I kind of need. And I think that's perfectly reasonable. Honestly, I mean, I'm expecting some odd. That's kind of a given, though, isn't it? You're gonna get some weird and wonderful, aren't you? So yeah, it's just going to be how that goes, I guess. What else we can do with that, I couldn't tell you, to be perfectly honest. Hopefully we can sort something else out. I mean, that would be nice. We'll give it a go at least, see what happens. Right, so we're going to knock off all of the gubbins from here, because we've got lots of general gubbinsery as part of this mess. There we go. And lots of cranberries. I'm probably just going to sell the cranberries, because they are useful in a key quest for coloured fruits and such, which again is phenomenally helpful and genuinely a very good thing. But right now, not something I'm too concerned about. in all honesty. And I think that's kind of reasonable. Because there isn't much else that I'm kind of concerned about, really. I mean, there's not really any other way of putting it, is there? It's just like I don't really care. Which is a perfectly reasonable and gainful thing, I guess. It's just going to be how this goes. Right, so what we're going to try out next is just going to plant a bunch more of this star fruit, because that would be sensible. Because moving that around is a good idea, methinks. Is there anything else I kind of want to try? I guess that's the question. Well, I'm just going to knock down these trees, going to grab the sap. The general sort of stuff that I can gather from Ginger Island for myself. Such as all of this lovely general gubbinsery. I mean, there's not a huge amount else, is there, that I could honestly kind of hope for. We've got lots of just other silliness, haven't we? Now, what else can we kind of sort out here? Well, I'm going to do the prismatic shards, because that's actually really easy. I've got them already. I don't have to worry about anything. That's just done. Bish, bash, bosh, done. No ifs and or buts on that one. That's fine. So, that's great. So, let's see what else we can do whilst we're trying to sort this silliness out. Okay, I guess that's the big question, isn't it? What else could we kind of sort out? Well, cut down that tree, and hopefully something else will work out well for us. Okay, so we're here in the... what's it called? The volcano. Oh, hello. There's a... Oh, what's this? It's like another mask or something. I mean, that's kind of cool. I mean, I assume it's supposed to be a Mr. Key's, like, cat face or something weird? And I couldn't say for certain, could I? It's a bit odd. Kind of cool, though. Definitely kind of cool. Okay, so we need the prismatic shard. We need the cinder shards. Definitely. That's a given, I would consider. Right, well, let's see what I can do here. There we go. Prismatic shard. So let's see what it makes. It'll make a something dagger. Something dagger of something. Okay, and it has made us an artful. I don't know what artful does. It's not what I'm after, because I am after a dagger of bug stabbing. I don't actually know if it has... I don't think bug stabbing is actually the name that you're looking for there, but that would be very funny if that was. But I don't believe that is the case. Again, we will see. Okay, so what we're going to do is just fling stuff in the chest that we don't need. It's 12:50. We need to get into bed, be ready to sleep, get on with the next day. So there we go. It's 1 a.m. See, for me, 1 a.m. is a perfectly reasonable time to go to sleep. In my own head. I think there are people who would disagree with me on that statement. But that's what feels like a reasonable time to go to sleep. Hello, child. Are you enjoying wearing your knight's helmet? Okay, so let's make some tea. We've got some tea that we can pop into brew, and we've got another Omnigeode, Prismatic Shard, and iridium ore. Lovely stuff. I mean, we're going to be getting a lot of that anyway. That's kind of a given, especially considering how stuff is kind of going for us at the moment. Those three are just fantastic, and like I'm really glad that I have them now. They're really quite cool. I've obviously never had them before. So it's just kind of nice. More than anything, there's nothing else really I can say to that. It's just like, it's kind of cool. Okay. So, I don't want to delete this. Be very careful. There we go. I'm going to put it on my child. There we go. My goodness, that is enormous. That's hilarious. I love it. I'm going to put the knight helmet away. because I don't really need it out right now, and I don't want to wear the knight's helmet. I kind of want to wear the garbage lid again, because that's my I am garbage mantra kind of kicking in there a little bit, because I know I'm garbage. And that's how this is going to go. Right. What else can we sort out with all of this nonsense? That is going to be the big question, really, is what other silliness can we actually sort out as we organise my general silliness? Because that is going to be a big question, isn't it? Like, we've got lots of general madness to kind of organise and orchestrate, so that's fine and all. But we've got kind of a lot to look at, haven't we? I know that's some rambling nonsense right there, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to smelt all this iridium as well as the gold and other such material. Okay, that's perfectly legit, perfectly normal, perfectly reasonable. So what other things can we do here? Because we've got lots of other stuff that we need to actually organise a little bit. Because, yeah, we've got... I mean, I guess that's kind of one way of looking at it, isn't it? We've got lots of other stuff that we need to look into today. And that is going to be working our way through stuff on Ginger Island. We've got things that we need to do. And on Ginger Island, we have a lot of other silliness that needs to be done. And one of the things that we do need to sort out is looking at what's available to us and what can we actually do. Now, I know that might sound like a peculiar question, but when I look at what's available on Ginger Island, of course, we've got lots of reasonably not silly things that we can sort out, but we do have things that we do need to organise, and quite reasonably so. We've got a fair bit of general nonsense that needs organising ourselves. And some of that is going to be what crops have I actually got on Ginger Island, and what facilities do I want to put into on Ginger Island, such as do I want to build a bunch of kegs there so I can make wine on Ginger Island as well as making it here on High Ridge Farm. Again, that's, I think, a perfectly legitimate and perfectly reasonable quandary to have, because that's going to be a thing. We've got to kind of figure that one out as to what's going to be a good idea in the grand scheme of things. And yeah, I'm just trying to think of anything else that might work as a good idea, really. Because yeah, there's got to be something else that I can sort out that might work out quite well for me. I think that's a bit of a question, really, isn't it? It's what can I do on Ginger Island that would allow me to either make more money or do things in a vaguely sensible, facilitating manner. I mean, what other things do I need to facilitate on Ginger Island? Is there anything else that I need to sort out and facilitate, or am I pretty much golden in the current status of affairs? Because I'm making a lot of fruit there, shockingly enough. But maybe I need to have some alcoholic beverage production there? I don't think so. I don't think that would be a super major thing that I need to work on. I don't believe. But again, it is something I do kind of want to have a look at as to see whether there is anything else that I do really want to work on. And see if that would be a good idea. So we'll give that a go. We'll have a think on that one. Hopefully we can figure something out, to be fair. I'm just hoping on that one. Because that is kind of what I need to worry about is there anything else that I need to actively do whilst I organise everything on the farm? That might sound a bit silly, but it is something that I'm considering. at least. So yeah. Now, one of the other things that I'm also looking at as well is how is the slime hutch going to work? How am I going to do that? What's it going to do? How am I going to do things? Blah, blah, blah. Because the slime hutch is something, again, as I've mentioned previously, it's something I've never had or used before. So I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work as things go. So we will see on that one. Hopefully it's actually something that's not too ridiculous. Hopefully. We'll see. Okay, so I think one of the things I struggled with a little bit is also just trying to figure out how I'm going to organise with the animals as well. Because, yeah, there's plenty of animals we've got lying around and about, which is great and all, but what am I going to do with them? How are they going to be a thing, and what are they going to do per se? So yeah, we've got our silly ideas going on with that. Okay, so I'm going to smelt all that. That's great, and let's get ourselves kind of ready to go for the rest of the day. We don't really need to worry too much about what else is going on with the farm. Everything seems to be pretty well organised. Okay, so that's why there was a tub of flowers I'd planted, and that's why it all died, because they only flower during the spring and the summer. That's fine. Tea sapling, I need wild seeds. Any sort. Well, I should probably get some more of those. I'm sure it wouldn't be super difficult for me to organise, should it? I mean, come on, they're tea. It's tea saplings. They're not like super difficult to organise. One would hope, because I just need wild seeds, and I've definitely got the capability of making the autumn seeds. I've got buckets of them lying around. So actually, maybe that should be what I go for. Is actually trying to do autumn seeds for it, because again, that wouldn't be super complex, I guess. So let's give that a go. So yeah. What other things can we sort of do while we're kind of organising ourselves with the farm? Well, I do need to go and see Pierre, because I want to go and stash this earth crystal that I've grabbed out under his pillow for him, which is weird. And, well, I should probably visit the quarry again. It's been a while since I've been there, because the quarry is obviously something I'm using as a wood production facility. But I've not really been looking at it for quite some time, which potentially could be detrimental to myself. I did indeed see your sign that you posted, you absolute nana. So yes, we'll give you those. That's fine. That's fine. Hunky blimindori. Right, anyway. What other things can we sort out for you today, good sir? Well, there's not much else that we can actually do for Pierre, thankfully, because he is an absolute sausage. And that's fine. Well, let's grab that. Okay, so we're going to go and visit Robin. Now, I want her to build me a slime hutch, but I also want to buy some more fridges from her, because I'd like to organise the kitchen a little bit better in the farm. And see what else we can do with the kitchen a bit, because there's a lot of stuff taking up space, and that's kind of annoying to me. That I kind of want to organise that a bit, please. That'd be great. Right, let's see what we can put it down as. Well, we're going to organise the painting of these very useful farmhouse buildings, the coops and such, which I think is, again, perfectly legit. It's going to be a thing. We're going to need to do that anyway. That'll be fine. Because one of the things I do really want to do is organise the farm a bit better. Like, be it with the colouring of the buildings, because that's cool and all, and I think that wouldn't be a bad thing for me to sort of do. One of the other things I would like to sort out is the layout of some of the parts of the farm as well, because there is a lot to kind of needs working on. Now, do I want brown, grey, slate roofs? I don't think I do. I think slate roofs would be fine and all, but they're not very animal orientated. Unless I had like an entire shed just full of void chickens. I think that'd be the only time I'd actually have that. But right now, no, that's not the case. Because we don't have that, and that's fine. We don't want that. We don't want that. So we're gonna try sorting this silliness out here. What else can we do? Hopefully something we can figure that out. Hopefully. I think that's a big thing, is I've got lots of I'm not sure moments right now in what could I actually kind of achieve here. And I want to try and make the animals feel a little bit more, you know, at home with what they've actually got going on. Because we've got lots of lovely animals that they've got their lovely homes. And now let's see. I want to paint the other buildings as well, because that's a perfectly reasonable thing to want to do, right? I want to make the animals feel at home and comfortable and stuff. Again, quite reasonable, right? I think. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know, to be perfectly honest with you. I do need to figure that out, though. Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, we're going to grab the 500 stone. Now, as I'm circling this, I've suddenly realised I've made a slight error. Because what I should have done is grab that stack of 309 and then added from the other stack. But no, I decided to be a moron and start from a brand new stack. And just, ugh, I feel so stupid. I mean, I know I do dumb stuff a lot of the time, but goodness gracious, this was definitely up there with the, well, that was a dumb decision. Right, otherwise we need 1 iridium bar and 10 refined quartz. So we're going to grab the required materials, and then we're going to go back to Robin. And we will sort out that silliness that we've got with that. I guess the next question is, what other stuff do we kind of want? Really, isn't it? What other things do we need to have? I'm not sure. Anyway, let us trot over here. No, I didn't mean to summon the horse. Get out the way, stupid horse. You're in the doorway. Right, hello, it's me again. I would like a slime hutch, please. Can I have one? Because I wasn't sure how much it would cost. And I could have called her, to be fair, earlier on, but I did really want to do some painting of the buildings. Okay, now I've got my controller doing stupid stuff. There we go, right now. Oh, okay, the slime hutch is a lot bigger than I thought it was. Okay, well, this is going to impact on my crop growth. That's somewhat annoying. Because I don't really want to put it up there. I can't put it on Grandpa's island bit. That's annoying. I don't really want to move the sheds around. Okay, so here's going to actually be the most sensible place to put it, I think. Ugh, that's annoying. That's very annoying. Fiddlesticks. Well, if that's where it's going, that's where it's going. There's just nothing else I can say on that one, is there? That's very, very frustrating. I guess that's all I can do, isn't it? That's where it's got to go. Damn. Bums. Oh well, fine. Well, we'll move these out of the way and then grab that because some clay. Why not? And whatever the hell, these are going to give me some more clay. That's nice. And then whatever you're going to give me, rusty spear. Cool. Right, let's ride on back over to Robin's again. Woo, yeah. Once again, into the breach we ride. I mean, it's only 4:10. It's not like I've been wasting loads of time doing this all day, honest. Yeah. Right. Robin, What can you do for me now? Are you... Yes, you're still there. Thank goodness. I was genuinely concerned that she would actually not be available, per se. And I'm very glad that she still is, because that would have driven me absolutely potty. She'd be like, I could help you, but hear me out. No. And then what would have happened is, I would have cried. I would have cried indeed. And I think that would have been perfectly reasonable and legitimate. Because, yeah, no. I don't want to be dealing with that nonsense, thank you kindly. Because, yeah, that's annoying as all heck. And again, I think that's, again, perfectly reasonable. Right. So, we're going to reorganise that a bit. I've got those fridges that I'd like to put in the kitchen and actually kind of see what other stuff I can dump in there. But for now, I'm going to grab the bombs and I'm going to go and kill something. What? I'm not 100% sure, but I'm definitely going to go and kill something. So I'm going to go to the volcano and the night market is now open. So I'm going to kill something, go to the night market, and then go back home and then cry about how much I want to sleep. So yeah, we're gonna do that. It's gonna be great. Gosh, don't I feel stupid? Right, well let's grab all of this nonsense that we've got here. So we've got the corn, we've got the blueberries, and he's called them butterfly berries. You know, we've got stuff, and that's fine. So we're gonna go and organise that at least. So let's see, what else can we do here? We've got lots of sap again, because again, of course, we've got sap. That's a given. We're always going to have lots of sap, which is fine and dandy, don't you know? Okay, so once we've organised this silly mess all together, going to go into the volcano and hopefully gather some more cinder shards, because that is really what we would be there for, is cinder shards. We're going to always need lots of them, and I don't have as much of a stockpile of them as I would quite like. I'd like to have maybe about 400 of them. I know that might be a little bit excessive, but it does mean that should I choose to in the future and I want to tweak a weapon or do something with it, I can. And that's really what I'm looking at the moment, is it'll allow me to do things a little bit more, maybe effectively. I don't really know if that's the right word for it, but I'm going to dump these prismatic shards in here because I don't need them right now. I mean, look at that. I'm feeling very pleased with myself, as you can probably tell, about the fact that I have actually achieved perfection, because I didn't expect to ever have that happen. So, you know, it makes me happy. So, yes, anyway. We're going to roll on ourselves down. We're going to murderize these slimes just because they're there and they need to die, and give me the coal and whatever gubbins you're gonna. Die. Die. There we go. You died. You can tell I'm sick and tired of having the fact that I had to run back and forth to Robin's 3 times today, because I'm just like, I am an idiot. And at the end of the day, I know I'm an idiot, but it doesn't mean that I have to, you know, enjoy the fact that I am. Right, anyway, so we're going to go and blitz our way through here as quickly as possible. And let's put some bombs down, because we're going to go for some stone, because stone is good. It's a fantastically viable and useful resource that we're going to need a lot of at some point. To be fair, at some point is all the damn time, to be fair. Because I don't think there's going to be a time that I'm not going to need some stone. Really thinking about it, is there? Anyway, so we've got some other stone there. What else do we want to throw away? I don't actually need pineapples. I've got a lot of them. I know that seems really wasteful to throw them away. But at the same time, I've got a bunch of them just lying around, not doing anything, and I'm not too concerned at this moment in time for them. It's a little annoying, but I'm not really that worried about it all. We've got them, and I don't care. It's fine. I'm not worried, honestly. Anyway, what else can we kind of organise a bit here? So let's Okay, well, all of these mushrooms are mushrooming good. They're not anything to worry about. Now, I'm actually trying to kill these sprites because they do have a chance of dropping the cinder shards. And by splattering them, because I've got the burglar's ring, of course I've got that double rolling loot table, which means I have a greater chance of actually obtaining the ever-important cinder shards, which is great, and that's something I kind of want and kind of need. And I'm quite content about that. Thank you very much. Don't you know? So yes, we're gonna... No, I don't want to axe the silly deposit of cinder shards. I want to slap it with a mining pick. That would be the sensible choice there, wouldn't it be? I mean, hitting it with an axe isn't really going to help me in any way, shape or form, is it? It's going to make it look very silly. Which, again, perfectly reasonable. Just, it's a little bit daft. If anything, I think that's kind of an understatement, if anything is to go by. Because, yeah, I'm going to be, well, hitting things with the wrong object. I mean, I've hit enemies with axes and mining picks before. And at the same time, I've done that repeatedly when I played Minecraft. Just, you know, smacking enemies with not a sword, because I didn't have a sword or anything actually to hand, or I just, you know, am an idiot. As hilarious as it is, you know, when shields first came out in Minecraft, using those in that manner was always very entertaining for me, going, aha, I shall hit you with this shield. It is a fantastic weapon of choice. Watch me. Watch me do well with it. Right, so let's slap our way through this nonsense. So we've got that, that's fine. What else can we organise here? I think it's the big question, isn't it? Well, it's 11:30, so we're going to go visit the night market. So I'm going to pick up the next Lupini thingy, because I don't think I've bought all of his art. I kind of neglected it a bit because I was like, it's only art, it doesn't matter to me now. But now that I've got everything that actually needs to be done, I think actually some of the Lupini stuff would be kind of nice to have. I think that's perfectly legitimate and a thing that one should be aiming for, because that would be fine and lovely and stuff. And again, perfectly legitimate and perfectly reasonable. Okay, so pick up Tropical 173, comma. What does that mean? I'm confused. Not gonna lie, I have literally no idea what 173 means. I'm just a smidgen in confoozled. Like, just a smidgen in. I would very much like to know what that actually means. Hopefully something vaguely reasonable, and nothing to be concerned about. But yeah, we've done a thing. Okay, so that's that. And we've got all that iridium to process our way through, which is hunky-dory and all. And lovely. And stuff. That's fine. Okay, what other things can we sort out whilst we are here? Well, not really a huge else amount, is there? Well, solar panels. I still need more refined quartz. Okay, so well, I've definitely got some more fire quartz, so I can definitely do that. So that's good. Now, I'm gonna quickly smelt up a bunch of that and get ourselves ready. So what I will say is, because it is 1 AM, thank you very much for tuning in. If you have enjoyed, please do like, share and subscribe. Massive shout out thank you to my patrons who've been very fantastic in helping me and supporting me and giving me coffee. And please do comment, because I always do read them and always do try to get involved with our comment section that we have here. But like I say, I hope you've enjoyed yourself. Hope you've enjoyed my random ridiculous nonsense of being very mad and British. And hopefully I will catch you again the next time the Walrus plays Stardew Valley.